Okay, is this working? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, start being funny. Be funny!
No.
Fuck!
For the record now, folks, I got nothing to say.
Oh, this is gonna be a weird podcast if we have nothing to say.
Yeah. And we got a time limit.
Oh!
We gotta stick to a strict schedule.
Gotta be.
We got an hour and 20 minutes.
Yes.
You know what makes for a great podcast? Discipline.
Yeah, stay on track. Don't get distracted.
Can't go off on
Slam
tangents.
through the talking points.
Right?
I mean, I don't know if a plan is necessarily a thing that is, famous for making podcasts not fun to listen to.
Off the cuff podcasts or like today on Caught Red-Handed, we talk about the the Red Bandit bandana killer.
So, Caught Red-Handed sounds like it's a true crime, but it's like the opposite of an unsolved mystery type true crime, which is, in my opinion, like the least interesting.
Really?
It doesn't leave any of that intrigue. It's like, and this man killed his wife and then admitted to it, and now he's in prison.
That's not being caught red-handed, though. Being caught red-handed would not be like doing it, going in and turning yourself in. It would be you're doing something and someone sees it happen in person and then it moves. You know? I feel like a lot of true crime is solved. Like, it's just a mystery that they take you on the adventure of what it was like to be following it live. Like, they don't immediately reveal what happened and who it was and everything.
It's about the journey, not the conclusion.
Yeah.
I feel like Caught Red-Handed, though, because if they are caught red-handed, it, like, I don't know, it gets rid of some of that, like, investigative piece. So it's just, like, crimes that were witnessed.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what happened.
I mean,
it's like,
not everyone knows. Eyewitness
and,
testimony
like,
is notoriously
the
questionable.
subject matter of the podcast, though, in my brain, in my little headcanon, is like the guests are always the people that witnessed the crimes. Like, so,
Damn.
Ryan, tell us what you
get.
saw that day. And it's like, well, I saw a man blow through a red light and T-bone a car and then drive off. Thank you, Ryan, for coming out. That concludes today's podcast.
Follow us on Twitter and please support our Patreon, Caught Red-Handed Podcast. Yeah, no, I was thinking it'd be more like, it would be cases that involve eyewitness testimony. And eyewitness testimony is notoriously shaky and has been proven to be so a million times over. So the intrigue could still be there as to like whether or not this eyewitness is reliable and whether or not the other preponderance of evidence is sufficient.
Oh, what if, going off of that, this podcast was specifically about crimes that had witness testimony that turned out to be false?
Yeah,
And it's
every
like,
crime.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. If you have multiple
I know.
eyewitnesses, one of the testimonies that was given was false. Completely accidentally, almost certainly. Sometimes not. Like, it would be more interesting if we focused on like malicious, like perjury to try to
every single time the witness is the perpetrator.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, most of the time, unintentionally, if you have multiple eyewitnesses, one of them delivered a false testimony at one point. Like, that's just how eyewitness testimony works. So, yeah. We could do it, just any crime. It just becomes serial, but but we just throw it in there.
My law professor in college...
Ralph Grunwald?
Yes, Ralph Grunwald.
What, was it really?
Yes.
That was a total guess. He's the only law professor I know at UW, because
he was
took his guest lecture, and he led my Bradley class group thing.
Yeah, he was my law and crime professor. He used to do a thing, apparently, the thing that like every, teacher logically would do is like, how do I turn this into a fun bit? Talking about how eyewitness testimony doesn't work. You have someone commit a crime in the class, this 300-person lecture, and then afterwards try to have people, describe who it was. Something that, happened kind of passingly. It's like, oh, did anyone see who stole my backpack? Except after like a couple of times, almost every time someone would, like, go, oh my god, he's got my backpack. And then some linebacker who was taking the class would just lay him the fuck out. He's like, so I had to stop doing that.
That sounds like a stand-up bit where you're like, that shit didn't happen, motherfucker. Like, so I was walking into the airport. No, I wasn't. Like, I'm lying right now. I'm setting up a joke.
That's an interesting character to me. An extremely successful law professor at a major university in America. His dream, though, is to be a stand-up comedian. That's what he really wanted to do.
Well, it's just that style. Like, he wants the story to be interesting and explain, like, here's what actually happened. He thought, here's a fun activity that we could do, and then thought in his head, what if someone thinks, oh, that person stole my backpack, and then, like, someone gets hurt, then it'd be my fault, so I can't do that.
Right.
So then he made up a story of how he used to do it to make it more entertaining, and someone, someone laid him out and did all that.
Or what if Caught Red-Handed, the podcast, is a podcast about a law professor who wants to be a comedian and fails miserably every time?
Professor Ralph Grunwald at UW-Madison. We just do a deep dive into every lecture.
I mean, I feel like we're getting there. Maybe if instead of a law professor, he's an assassin, and instead of a comedian, it's an actor. Would that work? Have people done that?
That sounds like an original idea to me.
All right.
And he's failing at every turn? Or does he succeed, but he only succeeds when the two worlds kind of collide in unforeseen ways, which allows him to plumb the depths of his soul?
No, absolutely.
I think he's... Yeah, I think that he is fairly successful by, in comparison to the most of the rest of the stand-up comedy world, just because people that do the booking for some reason think he's funny, even though he isn't. It's like, hey, you look like you'd be funny. Come do some stand-up, and then just is not funny, but keeps succeeding anyway.
Yeah. Also, Ralph Grunwald is German, and I have a lot of German ancestry, and I'm just going to say, definitely doesn't always line up. Like, historically, Germans are known to have an offbeat sense of humor. That does not always line up with American senses of humor, or like even British sense of humor. So, yeah, having. I mean, I remember his guest lecture was great. Like, it was like the sample lecture that you take at like SOAR. What was the one before that where it was like My UW Day or something?
Oh yeah,
yeah, some shit like that.
It was clearly for students that weren't decided. Like, I was already going there, and it was like just a recruiting pitch, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I've already decided I'm going here, so this isn't important to me. But yeah, I took his lecture, and it was a great lecture, but it wasn't like funny. And then he led my first year stupid little discussion class, and yeah, he tried to be funny.
That's fair.
It didn't work.
Right. Ryan, how did you end up in Bradley?
I overestimated how important it was to have an all freshman dorm, and didn't realize that most dorms are almost entirely freshmen.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I thought that anywhere but Bradley, it would be more like a 50-50 split between students that already had gone there for a year, already had like developed social circles and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, I want to go to a dorm of only freshmen so that everyone's kind of in that place where they're looking to like make friends and stuff like that. Not realizing that just any dorm is going to be 90% freshmen, and the other 10% are people you wouldn't want to be friends with anyway. So
Yeah.
I maybe it's different at other universities, but UW-Madison definitely had that. Dorms are almost entirely for freshmen. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because off-campus housing is so readily available and cheap in comparison, and pretty close to campus still.
Right.
Like, you can just live in a shitty rundown townhouse with your 6 closest friends for $300 a month.
We never got it down that far.
Never got it down that low, but we definitely had it in the 400s.
Yeah.
So.
We had the opportunity if we would have lived in the so-called sophomore slums.
The slums.
That would have been real cheap.
Yeah. So that was it. If I advised my brother to go to like Chadbourne, and I think he really liked it there, and that's probably where I would have went if I would have known everything that I knew now, or otherwise, yeah, like Liz Waters, I really liked too. So
Yeah.
definitely would not have been Bradley. That place sucked.
Oh,
Yeah. I enjoyed my time in Bradley.
I know what you're gonna say.
In spite of Bradley.
I enjoy all the people I met at Bradley. Like, you would have made fucking friends anywhere. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, I know that. I'm saying I enjoyed it in spite of Bradley. I'm not saying that I enjoyed it because I was there specifically. I just didn't enjoy the dorm itself, but like
Yeah.
I had a pretty good time my freshman year.
I remember all the copium that I think everyone was sipping on throughout the year and the year after, where they're just like, I just made so many great relationships and I wouldn't trade them for anything. And I was just like, you could have lived in a good dorm and also made good relationships.
No, if I would have went to Chadbourne, I'd right now be single and friendless and living on the streets.
Totally. You wouldn't be in a better spot at Morphins, probably, because there wouldn't have been that, like, 2/3 of the people in the dorm that are just fucking social pariahs, like, that you can't interact with.
Hey, if the three of us hadn't decided to live in Bradley, we wouldn't all be on a podcast right now on a Sunday
You
afternoon.
literally can't say that for sure. By the way.
we were all in that business management class together.
Yeah. You definitively cannot say for a fact that that's the truth. We do not know that.
Oh, hey, Badger Television seems interesting, even though I don't know anybody in it. Maybe I'll check that out, meet some people.
Yeah.
There were a lot of
That
opportunities.
guy in my physics class has a Badger TV camera thing. I don't even know.
At the very least, Ryan and I had a chance to possibly meet each other during Tommy R's legendary lecture.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we did actually sign up for that class completely independently of each other. But I think also the physics class, we all three signed up independently, right?
I think that it was one of those things where like we all knew that we were going to be taking it. It was like we decided we were going to be taking it independently, and then decided to get a lecture together.
Yeah, and then Shane also was there. But yeah, I think the 373 Tommy R class was like, I asked you what your classes were, and you said you were in that class. I was like, you're in that class? What are the odds? And then, boy, howdy, am I happy you were, because I would have blown my fucking brains out, I think, if I didn't have someone to actively subvert the class with.
Lucas, you and I had a couple classes in college together, didn't we?
Yeah, but most...
You guys went into college like roommates and best friends.
No, I'm just trying to remember.
Okay.
'Cause, I mean, I knew that we took a couple together freshman year, electives that we kind of needed to take. And then, there was that business class, senior year, but I'm trying to remember.
No, we both
if we had
decided
any
to
together
fuck
in
around
between.
and intro to film together.
Oh, yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
There's that.
I thought you were saying, like, Lucas, we would have run into each other, and maybe
No.
childhood friends that decided to room together.
Hey, you're... I want to say Luca?
Luca
Duncan?
Yes, I live on the second floor. Big Sarah Vega fan.
I don't even know.
Wow. Okay.
Sarah Vega?
It's a song. My name is Luca.
By who?
Sarah Vega.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, Sarah Vega is the song. Luca. My name is Luca is the song by Sarah Vega.
I think the song is just a Luca, but the lyric is My name is Luca. Yeah.
Is it a love song?
No.
Is it a hate song?
Melancholy. It is a melancholy song.
Luca is a song written by Suzanne
Vega. Apologies. Apologies.
I'm revoking your Susan Vega fan card. Also, the second floor. Damn, Lucas. Downgrading.
Oh.
We were fourth floor boys.
Sixth floor.
Yeah, man. We are on top of everything.
That being said,
Wink.
That being said, I think our floor was maybe the most well-adjusted out of Bradley. Is that fair to say?
I think the second floor had some shit going on, like that they were kind of also they had a lot of athletes.
Oh, okay.
Both men and women.
Okay.
Also, it's kind of... I've always found it very sad that the 4th floor was the sex floor when there was, like, maybe 4 or 5 people that were known to be having sex, and that was maybe it. Like, oh, we're the sex floor. Above 10... Upwards of 10% of our floor populace is having sex. It's like, oh, man.
Upwards of 10% of our
if this is what we're known for, how much
floor.
sex are you guys having? Jesus.
Yeah.
Also, of that...
Our freshmen in college, living on your own for the very first time. 10%? Not bad, right?
Of that 10%, 90% is floor cest.
Yeah.
A lot of that. And a lot of cuddling.
Oh.
Cuddle
crew.
Maybe that's what it really was.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I mean, all you had to do is look at the RAs and be like, oh, yeah, no, this is abnormal. Like, there is an issue. This is why we were considered the problem year, is because this is abnormal to have this many non-fucking social recluses. And there were plenty of social recluses as well. There was the one room where I didn't see either person in it just all year. I saw them like in that welcome event and then just never again. And I don't remember either of their names.
What happened to them? Are they still there?
Yeah. No one's been in that year for 40 years.
They weren't the dudes who were high all the time, were they?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. They were just fucking literal recluses. Their lights were off most of the time. Like, you couldn't even see a light under the crack.
Yeah.
It was just like, Jesus, dude. This is a depressing life.
Also, again, I think the standards have been skewed by Bradley. When we say the guys that were high all the time, they were dudes that, like, would occasionally, recreationally smoke weed in college. I don't think it wasn't like they were always blazed.
To be fair, that was definitely their personality in the way that kind of can become your personality when you're 18.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they were about.
Yeah, they were the guys who had smoked weed, therefore they were the weed smoker guys.
It was a floor where the talk of the town was what happened on the Minecraft server in the last couple of days.
Fuck.
And it was unironically one of my favorite things that has ever happened in my life is some of that Minecraft drama.
Oh my god.
Dude, I got his login info. We can go buck wild.
It wasn't login info.
Oh, God.
Someone had a cake. I don't remember who I was walking back from the dining hall with, but they had cake in the common room, and that pulled everyone out of the room, and he did not lock his computer,
that's right.
the admin of the server. So I quickly logged into the server with his credentials and quickly made myself an admin of the server while he was gone, and I had whoever I was with stand fucking lookout.
All right, we are now an hour and 10 until kickoff. We should probably do introductions and get after it.
Yeah, why are we here? Who are we?
We are the Voluntary Viewing Podcast. This is episode 121. On the podcast today, we have Andrew Clark.
Oh, just Andrew Clark?
It's just Andrew.
That kind of threw me.
We also have Ryan Holtz.
Lucas, you're selling it.
And last but not least is me, Lucas the Writer. You know what? I don't think I'd ever done one that was just a straight one. And that can be this one. And it's not just because I couldn't come up with anything.
What did we do in the first few episodes?
I think
he started doing that like right away. I think episode 1 may have been like a standard introduction. I think you started doing that shit like right away because I remember I'm like, oh my god, I did not expect that because you had some sort of outlandish introduction, and then the following episode you did it again, and I wonder how long he's going to be able to pull this off, and it's been every episode since until now.
What was episode 1 like? Did we like introduce the podcast, or did we just like fucking news of the week? Let's talk. Like,
I think we just went into the segments, but then also took a minute to explain what each segment was once we were in it. Yeah.
That's so funny to me. Like, we had to explain what video game news of the week entailed.
Here's a podcast format if you haven't listened to one before.
where did breakouts come from? Did we rip that off of a different podcast?
Well, I mean, like
why do we say what we've been consuming lately is breakouts?
well, because it's the thing we're not doing as a group.
Aren't breakouts, like, in group context, like when you have a huge group and you break it into smaller groups?
Yeah, but we're a small group, so breaking that down is what we're doing individually.
I always thought that you were saying breakouts as in like
A breakout hit.
a breakout hit.
Yeah,
I mean,
thought
that's
breakout
also
hit too.
there are multiple levels to this one, guys.
I don't know that there are. I think
there's one level.
the one level, and now you're
This is
realizing
a ranch
there's
style
second.
home. It's got one ground level, and that's it.
I feel like this is once again we're time constrained, so it's a weird episode for me to start like asking
Deconstructing.
existential questions about our
Oh,
podcast.
God.
But I never understood breakouts, and I just didn't want to say anything. And now I feel like I understand it less now that I know the reasoning behind it.
I mean, we can change it up. We can change this up at any time until the ad money starts coming in, and then we're like locked into formatting stuff. What would be a better name for what is now known as the breakout section?
One hitters.
The heat,
The
Heat. What?
things that have heat this week.
Hot stuff.
Hot ones. Oh wait.
Yeah.
fucking damn it.
Harmontown. Pardon my
JRE
take.
Fuck.
WTF with Ryan Holtz.
Call her daddy.
Oh Jesus. Real Prude Girls, or whatever the fuck Milana Vaintrub's old show was.
Oh my god.
I've been getting that recommended to me on YouTube lately, and I think I know
Really?
why.
They listened.
They've heard.
Fuck.
I'm surprised you haven't. Live. I think it might be Live Prude Girls. I don't know what the YouTube show is.
Wait, what's the gimmick there?
I don't think there's a gimmick. I think it was just her and another woman interviewing people. This is back in like 2013 YouTube or something. Live Prude Girls. That's what it was called.
All right.
Matt Damon with Live Prude Girls. And they interviewed Matt Damon.
All right. So they're big enough to pull 2013 Matt Damon.
Yeah, there's one with Beck Bennett, one with Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, it's just Milana Vaintrub and Bernie Burns. They had Bernie Burns on.
Jesus.
It's random. Yeah, Milana Vaintrub and Stevie Nelson just like sitting on a couch interviewing what looks like mostly men. I don't know if that's a part of it. Is that... Yep, Kasim G. God, remember Kasim G?
Dude,
Where is she
famous.
at?
BJ Novak, Jake and Amir,
Fuck.
What is
Flula
he
Borg.
doing?
Flula Borg? Remember Flula Borg?
No.
Oh, really? Yeah. Hey, it's Grace Helbig. Okay, finally a non-guy. Like, when you look at the thumbnails, it's always a guy standing awkwardly between two women that are, like, almost, like, coming onto him, you know? That's always the thumbnail. So I was a little like, what the fuck? Timothy DeLaGhetto? Oh my god. This is so, like, 8 years ago YouTube.
Yeah.
Mega 64. Oh my god.
Jesus.
This shit is insane.
They were plugged in.
They were. How to hook up with a good girl. Oh, Jesus. I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah, but that's 2013 YouTube right there.
Yep. Although it says 1 year ago. And it's got a thumbnail
God damn it.
of a girl wearing glasses taking like a close-up selfie, but then there's a mirror in the side and she's wearing underwear.
Oh.
So she's like presenting that she's a good girl, but she's not. But then you scroll over it. She's not the one making the video. It's some creepy dude in a white t-shirt.
Oh.
Just using a picture for a thumbnail to get clicks. That was 1 year ago. But it was very 2013 YouTube.
They have a brand.
Yeah.
Sticking with it. And our brand demands that we go to News of the Week.
The brand demands it.
For the brand.
Pro Bowl's going to Madden. Have you two started your campaigns to be the players controlling the Pro Bowl Madden teams?
I don't understand how that works. Are the players going to play Madden?
I think so. I think so, right?
That is a wasted opportunity to me.
Do you like only play as yourself? Like there's player lock? So like when you're on the field, you get to play? I don't know how it works.
Maybe.
And even
maybe
then,
they're
does
doing...
Madden have the capability to play 22 online player multiplayer?
What if they have the yard, but they like mod it so that like all 5 or 6 guys are controlled by their own players?
I think it is one representative as selected by each of the Pro Bowl teams, and then they're controlling the entire teams.
But then it's just going to be a pro player.
I'm saying that's boring. I'm saying you guys should campaign so then you're in there.
But I'm not good enough at Madden. They would never want me to play.
That's why I'm saying you gotta like get into it, man. You gotta start.
The number one comment is, does Madden include a mode for every player on the team to be controlled by a human simultaneously yet? Because if not, I feel like they need to get on that 22 players in a client server mode. That would be such a fucking train wreck.
No,
Like,
that would not go well.
Just
imagine the 5 guys that have to control the offensive line. They would just not block. They'd be like, fuck it. This is boring.
It would be a false start every other play.
I mean, I don't even know if you have the ability to false start. Like, if you control an offensive lineman, I don't know that is an option for you. False starts are always like a CPU doing it.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, like, just controlling an offensive lineman and, like, fucking pressing forward on the left thumbstick every play. Like, it would not be the most exciting aspect of the video game. So, that would be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it says does not say anything about who will actually be controlling the game. Yeah, this is going to be weird.
And something that is weird but good, Apple dropped its profit share of App Store games from 30% to 15% for games that earn less than $1 million. Congratulations, Fortnite. You did it.
Except for not for Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's under $1 million.
Yeah. Fortnite's making over $1 million.
I mean, that was their pitch in that lawsuit, right? They were very much trying to brand themselves as, yeah, we're the little guys, just like you, going up against Apple and their draconian system.
Yeah. So Apple said, all right, we're going to call your bluff, and we're going to cut it for the actual little guys and say fuck you to the big developers that are making millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite is... If it's not the biggest game anymore, it's still one of them.
Yeah.
It's making fucking bank.
Mm-hmm.
The Verge notes that while an estimated 98% of developers would be eligible because under $1 million, they account for only 5% of the App Store's revenue.
Absolutely.
So this is literally not even impacting their bottom line.
All right. The Apple board saying, all right, I guess we can afford to do the right thing. This doesn't hurt our bottom line. We can give them this.
It's just one of those things. Yeah, they get the good PR and they maybe end up losing out on less than a percentage of profits.
Honestly, they could just make it almost free, like a 1%, and they would barely lose anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, like. The fact that they only cut it in half is actually a bit more of an indictment than in wow, you did a good thing.
Oh, I think
it's
that
absolutely them just calling their bluff.
I think they went with 15% because that's the share on the Epic Games Store right now. Although it would have been a
Could
baller move if they were like, it's going to be 14.
14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
14 would have been pretty fucking sick. Everyone would have known what the fuck was going on there. Why 14? And every news outlet, 1% less than the Epic Games Store.
Fucking flex. Apple.
They said, go fuck yourself.
Cowards.
No, I'm not on Apple's side.
Oh, God,
like,
no.
Apple sucks. Epic Games sucks. If either of them are to paint themselves as being the little guy, they're fucking dumb.
Under no circumstances do you have to give it to them. Yeah.
You do not have to give it to them.
Don't have to do it. The Game Award nominees are out, and it's kind of the same 4 games in every major category.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe a little worse this year than it usually is, but that's kind of how it usually goes. Certain games definitely are well recognized because they do a lot of things right instead of just one thing right.
I don't know, man. It feels especially jarring this year when it's Game of the Year, Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing, Last of Us Part 2, Best Game Direction, Final Fantasy VII, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Last of Us Part 2, Best Narrative, Last of Us 2, Hades, Ghost of Tsushima, Final Fantasy VII, Best Direction, Final Fantasy VII.
13 Sentinels.
Oh my god!
Don't forget the standout.
I'm a little confused here. I was kind of under the impression from you and most of the people that I saw on the internet that Final Fantasy VII was like not well received.
Oh no, it's a good game. I just hate what they do in the last 20 minutes of it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Also, I thought that Doom Eternal wasn't that well received.
That is accurate.
Okay, so what the fuck is it doing in all these lists?
Well, it's in like the sound section.
It's in the best game
Yeah.
section, Andrew.
Oh, it is. You're right.
Game of the
Yeah.
year. I definitely like thought Doom Eternal was fine, but I think most people compared it rather disfavorably to the 2017 edition. So
Also thought
weird.
Ghost of Tsushima was decidedly like mid. Like if you like Assassin's Creed games, you'll like it, but if not, don't bother.
I think Ghost of Tsushima got a lot of praise.
yeah,
Like
I think Ghost of Tsushima was like
Yeah, fair.
the what's it called of this year. No, I can't remember it.
Very
I'll
much
maybe
an
think of it.
unexpected hit. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of thinking about picking it up maybe over the holidays.
Ooh.
best ongoing Call of Duty Warzone, but Call of Duty Warzone came out in 2020.
Did it?
Yeah, it came out in the pandemic. Modern Warfare came out last year, but Warzone came out in the pandemic when they launched it.
Yeah,
It was
you're right.
incredible
Launched
timing.
in March.
Yeah, it was literally like when lockdown started, Warzone came out, and they were just like, ooh, like, we fucking nailed the timing. Best indie, Fall Guys. Oh, Fall Guys,
Yay.
so sad.
He's gonna lose to Hades though.
Yeah, probably.
How's Hades indie? It's like a big game.
I mean,
But it's been under development for a long time, but I think the team's really small.
I feel like I've heard of Supergiant before.
well, they've made a couple of
Before Hades.
big games, but they're still very much like a team of a dozen or so people.
So what makes it indie?
They're not published by, or like they don't run through a publisher.
Yeah, they didn't get money from Sony, Microsoft, or any other larger company. Yeah,
But what's larger company? Where you cut it off?
that's a fair point.
Interesting.
Among Us is going to win Best Mobile Game, right? Like, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
What about Genshin Impact?
That's on
I've seen ads.
PC and PlayStation 4, though. that is
Yeah, I didn't get
So
that.
is Among
Like,
Us.
It's a mobile
Among
game.
Us is on PC. Also, Among Us came out a long time ago.
That's fair.
Yeah, wait, yeah.
Maybe the mobile version came out in 2020. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Okay.
possible.
Best
Actually,
community
I think that
support,
is true.
Fall Guys. Because they made one update, which was really disappointing. Okay. You're really going to compare that to like fucking Fortnite? Where they
Yeah.
come out with just brand new games every month?
Or
It's
No
insane.
Man's Sky, where they say, hey guys, sorry for the last 5 years. Here's the game that we promised you.
But they did that like 2 years ago. Is when they kind of got their shit together. No Man's Sky.
Best of VR, almost certainly going to be Half-Life Axel.
Alex.
Fuck. Okay. Half-Life Alyx. Okay.
Half-Life Axel is the like incel mod to the game to make the character a man.
Oh.
Yeah.
They can't let a woman be the main character. What about ethics in game journalism?
I don't know any of these fighting games other than Street Fighter V.
Oh god,
Mortal Kombat 11.
They have a licensed fighting game under Best Fighting Games. They fought to get to 5. Holy shit, the One Punch Man one.
Does that not count?
I mean, it is a fighting game, but it's not good.
Oh.
It's bad. Notoriously.
That's interesting. Best Sim. Crusader Kings 3. Oh, Flight Simulator. Come on, Flight Simulator.
Boy, that's kind of a broad umbrella right there.
Madden was not in Best Sports Game.
Oh, God.
Madden did not make it. FIFA and 2K made it. No Madden.
Jesus.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater remake made it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they allowed to have like remakes in here? Or no, it's more of a remaster. It's not even really a remake.
They changed enough up that I think it's a remake.
Alana, Content Creator of the Year.
Hey.
Yeah, I saw that.
Why?
I think
No
she
offense,
did a lot
but why?
of charity stuff. I actually saw her tweet about it. She's like, I don't know why I got nominated unless it has something to do with the charity things I was a part of. But anyway.
An important and positive impact. They got both Nick Merckx and Tim the Tat Man. They're like the same person.
Yeah.
They're both like bro-y gamers that... I don't know. That's interesting.
Oof.
Interesting. Wait, what's best debut game? Oh, new
First game,
studio.
Yeah. So like new IP.
Considering...
Or
No, it's not new IP. It's new studios.
Yeah.
oh, okay. First game.
They've-
of the studio.
yeah, like they've
Got it.
never made a game. But like the developers definitely have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of weird that that's a thing. Like, because could you put like when Infinity Ward became Respawn Entertainment, would you really put their game for best debut? It's like, well, it was just the same developers from an old studio, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like it's gonna
Best
be iffy.
esports game. It's still CS:GO.
I don't know a single one of these esports athletes.
I don't
I've
either.
never heard of any. Crim6, and he's Call of Duty. Never heard. Showmaker, I mean League of Legends, I'm not going to know. Call of Duty, Shotzi, don't know him. Zywad for CSGO.
Do you know any of the coaches, though?
I mean, if they were like ex-players, I might. I think, yeah, Rambo, I might know, actually.
Was he allowed to call himself that? Apparently.
What if that's his
Okay.
name?
Yeah, usually their tags are like just their gamer tags,
Huh?
you know?
Thought Rambo was cool when I was 13, so I guess that's my brand now.
Yeah. At least it's not me, Da Beavers. I thought of the instant classic SNL sketch Da Bears, where all of the old fat Chicagoans sit around a table talking about Da Bears, and I took my high school team's mascot and called myself Da Beaver.
It's a deep cut, but it works.
It's a weird
And
cut.
the award for best esports athlete goes to XXX underscore pussy slayer dragon underscore XXX.
Yep.
Anyway, none of these winners are going to matter because the only correct games of the year will be the ones in our 2020 top 10.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hot take.
I mean, I think we should be aware at this point that once again, this year is not going to be any different for me. It's not going to be Andrew's top 10 list. It's going to be Andrew's 10 list.
Just 10 things that he consumed in this category.
Man, you've been gobbling up those PlayStation 5 games, man. You got a shot.
I've been playing a decent amount of games that were on the PlayStation collection, none of which came out this year.
2020 games.
I mean, you got Bug Snacks. You got Spider-Man, technically.
I still need to play Spider-Man.
Astro's Playroom. That's 3 right there. You're almost a third of the way
if I put
there.
Astro's Playroom on my top 10, a tech demo, I'm going to be real sad. I actually have played 10 video games that came out this year already. That's not a problem.
There you go.
Name them.
Preview.
I have my list here somewhere.
Preview list.
I'll get my list.
Madden. Madden 21.
Madden, Hades, Astro, Bug Snacks.
That's 4.
What else has he played? Oh, God.
Last of Us 2 came out last year, right?
No, this year.
It came out this year.
5.
Oh, it did? Okay, Last of Us 2.
So
that's gonna be weird to
Metro
talk about.
Redux, Last of Us 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, Among Us, Spider-Man Miles Morales is going to be on there. Hades, Madden 21, Cyberpunk is going to be on there.
Is it?
Well,
Can you confirm that Cyberpunk
as long as it
is
comes
gonna be
out
on
in like 2.5 weeks, which I think we're close enough now where and then Bug Snacks.
Hey, that's 10.
Fairly
And
sneaky,
I might not be able to get to it by the end of the year, but I think I'm going to get Ghost of Tsushima. That might be something that someone gets me for Christmas, or that I go get after Christmas.
Fucking wink. Fucking wink into the camera. Okay.
It's gonna be expensive. That's still a $60 game, isn't it?
I mean, it's down to like 30 now, right?
I think so.
Came out in the
I might
summer.
get it too. I like Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
It's 40.
Fuck. Well, I'll get it on Black Friday sale. Maybe.
You're going to get Assassin's Creed on Black Friday?
No, Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh. You're going to get Ghost of Tsushima now?
Lucas said he was.
Not for you guys, maybe. Lovely Christmas gifts.
Oh.
I can drop 30 on y'all. You're worth it. I can write it
You
off.
have to drop money on me. You don't.
It's either that
Never
or
have before.
It's either that or a Blu-ray of Tenet. Take your pick. Pick your poison.
If you're getting me a Christmas gift, you need to tell me so I can get you one too, because we've never done it before. I have never once in my entire life gotten any of my friends a Christmas gift, so this needs to be established.
So, never mind.
Jesus
Let's continue
Christ.
let's continue with the podcast.
You motherfuckers better not give me a gift, because you're not getting one unless you tell me.
I have not gotten you a gift, Ryan.
Okay.
I got some inspiration last night where I thought, oh man, this would be really funny if I got it for Ryan. It did not progress past that.
You can DM my girlfriend to get me the gift, and then you would be able to claim partial responsibility for that gift. But it'd be a little off-putting. I would not know what to do because I don't think I'd be in the wrong if I didn't get you one. You didn't tell me you were getting me one.
No, absolutely.
Okay. I'm getting on the
and
defensive
again,
early.
I am not planning on getting you anything for Christmas. If I do, change my mind and I'm like, I have to get this, I will let you know. And
Cool.
If it's close to Christmas, I will also not expect anything in return. We've never gotten anything for each other before. I didn't really think that would change.
There you go.
Moving into film, because film is happening again somehow, Wonder Woman 1984 is coming to HBO Max for no additional charge.
I think and theaters, right? Like they're doing a simultaneous
both.
release.
Right.
Where theaters
cool.
are open.
Which, like, AMC sent me a message and was like, because I'm an A-list member.
Hey.
They were like, yo, we're pushing back the date to, like, restart your A-list, like, from December to March. And they're like, 80% of theaters are open. Like, this is crazy. This is so cool. Like, all across the country, we've opened up 80% of our theaters. I was like, fuck. I was like, not where I am. Like,
No.
Yeah.
So I feel like I should get special treatment in
Also,
that
like,
there's literally no movie theaters open near me.
Yeah. movie theaters in my area have actually been open for a while, and they are now closing again.
Yeah, because
the city of Madison
Right.
put out another, hey guys, you all did a really bad job. Don't know why we trusted you. Time to step in and do our government thing.
Movie theaters be like, how did it get so bad? I don't know. We were just open. We didn't do anything. What?
Yeah.
We did nothing wrong.
Fuck. So, Andrew, is this next thing a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't think it's either thing. I think it's just, I don't know, it's Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry was like one of my main cartoons when I was a kid.
Okay.
I loved watching Tom and Jerry. And this is a mostly live action movie with like the cartoon 2D cat and mouse inserted into the screen with like Michael Pena and...
Why is it always Michael Pena?
Yeah, I don't know. Michael Pena's in fucking everything.
He's so unappealing to me. I don't know why. I think it's because he's been in so much like blasé bullshit movies that at this point his name carries like no cachet at all.
That's so fucking funny. That's a really... I don't know. That was really funny.
Official stance of the Voluntary Viewing podcast. Fuck Michael Pena.
Yeah, it's got like Ken Jeong and Michael Pena, Rob Delaney, all the classics.
Oh boy,
this movie's gonna suck.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, as long as we're okay with that.
Yeah,
They also don't look 2D. They look a little like different.
Yeah,
sure.
Like, it's not the characters you know and love.
I'm not going to go see this. I'm not going to see this movie. I just don't have a strong opinion over it one way or another.
The cast is literally just never-ending groans. Like Chloe Grace Moretz, Michael Pena, big Rob Delaney, Colin Jost, then fucking Ken Jeong, Fox reality TV star Ken Jeong, like, dude.
Hell yeah.
This is fucking brutal, this cast.
Ken Jeong of the Masked Singer fame, count me in.
Of the Masked Singer fame, of I Can See Your Voice fame, of the Masked Dancer fame, of I'm Just Now Fox's new network fame.
Hey, don't forget about his role in Animal Hospital.
Or Dr. Ken, his old sitcom.
Yeah.
Who's voicing Tom?
They don't have voices.
Tom absolutely has a fucking voice.
Oh, Tom.
Jerry is silent. Tom has a voice. Tom does not talk often, but he does talk. And usually it's some version of ow, ow, ow.
Okay,
but that's a voice, and that requires a voice actor.
So it's going to be Frank Welker, but then also they're doing the people who previously voiced them? Huh.
They recycling old voice clips?
All through archival voice recordings, yes.
That's insane. Right. I actually really appreciate that. Like, that's really cool to me.
I mean, when the voice acting is essentially just sound effects, I think that's something. I think that's easier to do.
Shots fucking fired at...
I mean, he doesn't have lines. He just makes noises.
By the way, I think he does sometimes actually speak words. It depends.
Maybe.
By and large, yeah, it's like expressions of pain from Tom. For obvious reasons. The dog definitely talks.
Yeah.
If the dog is in this movie, the dog speaks full English.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, a lot of times it'd be Tom either in pain or like begging for his life. Like, just like praying. Those are Tom's two moods.
in pain or just destitute praying.
Yeah.
What a life.
Begging to be spared.
Andrew, I can see why this was your favorite cartoon as a kid.
I like violence.
Jerry's an asshole.
Oh,
Tom's just trying to do his job.
Yeah. Tom's like you are a nuisance. It is my sworn duty to either eliminate you or at least remove you from the premises. And Jerry pulls out a double-barrel shotgun and blows his face off.
Yeah. Like, the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote is the, like, superior moral version of Tom and Jerry.
yes.
Because
Yeah.
the Roadrunner is doing nothing, just minding its own business, living in its natural world. And the Coyote is trying to actively kill it. And then the Coyote usually gets his righteous comeuppance through, like, irony. Like, the Roadrunner is not the one inflicting the pain most of the time.
Right.
So if you want, like, a moral version of Tom and Jerry, it's really, you're
Moral
looking for
version.
Roadrunner cartoons. If you want a non-capitalist, fucking late-stage capitalism cartoon version. Especially because the Wile E. Coyote is constantly, like, consuming and trying to, like, fill the void in his life by buying products. And they always backfire on him. The Roadrunner is socialism. Did the creator of the Roadrunner get put on the Hollywood blacklist?
Oh my god.
Was he low-key a communist?
Oh, God.
If he was, I'm gonna die.
Ryan just pinning threads to his Pepe Silva wall.
Yeah. Pepe Sylvia. I got boxes full of Pepe. Yeah, Jones said it's created by what's his name? Is it Doug Charles Jones? Who said he wanted a parody of the traditional cat and mouse cartoons such as Tom and Jerry. So he literally was like, I want to do a version of this where it's not, you know, a mouse hitting a cat in the face with an anvil, and then the cat turning into an accordion and all that. Yeah. Okay, you really have to explain that, Wikipedia. The coyote's name of Wile E. Coyote is a pun on the word Wiley.
What?
Cool. Thanks, Wikipedia. Wow, I would have never figured that out. Is that a pun either? Like, that's just
No, that's just
your
the
coyote.
word.
That's like saying Chuck E. Cheese is a pun on the name Chucky. It's like, no, it's not. It's
Well, it's
named
an
him
adjective. They're like, that's a pun. Like, no, it's just a fucking adjective.
Maybe it's wordplay. Maybe.
yeah, it's maybe wordplay. It's definitely not a pun. Like, that's not what a pun is.
Wile E. Coyote. Traits. Wiley.
E stands for Ethelbert.
Did you guys know that the E in Chuck E. Cheese is entertainment?
Yeah, his name is Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Yeah, Charles Entertainment Cheese. Absolutely.
Fucking hate it.
Also, in one cartoon, by the way, most of the time it's routinely pronounced with a long E, coyote, but in one episode, To Hair is Human, Wile E is preferred pronouncing his own name with a diphthong, the coyote. So, interesting.
We got to get out of this Looney Tunes lore spiral. I could live here. Moving into the other category, you can just buy affiliate status on Twitch now. Do we want to buy affiliate status on Twitch?
How much is it?
$5.
What do you get?
A month?
You can make money.
Why do we need to make money on Twitch? We won't.
I'd
anyway.
like having the option.
Do you? For like $5 a month?
Oh, no, it's a one-time thing.
Oh, you just buy for $5 and then you're forever able to make money on Twitch?
Yeah.
There isn't like fine print that like we can take it away whenever we want.
Not that I'm aware of.
It's like one of those things where they're like, buy affiliate status for $5, and then in like a year, in order to actually make money, buy super affiliate status. That's $12.99 a month. Like, some bullshit.
Become a gold affiliate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then last one for news. Wichita State basketball coach and general abusive and racist asshole Greg Marshall resigns following an investigation into his abuse.
Wichita State, that's actually pretty wild because they've been really outperforming like how good they are. That's pretty
last
wild.
couple of years, yeah.
Like he takes very little talent and becomes they always do well in the tournament. It's pretty wild.
Maybe it's because they fear for their lives if they lose.
I don't see any mentions, by the way, of Chuck Jones being on the Hollywood blacklist, so I don't think he was a communist.
Okay.
At least not a card-carrying one.
I mean, they threw out definitely non-card carrying members of communists.
Well, no, I'm just saying
on the
maybe he
blacklist.
hid it well.
I mean, it wasn't even a matter of hiding it well. It was just like they would be naming names that weren't names, like, and blacklisting people that actively like opposed communism. Not even people that like, you know, were
You're opposing communism pretty hard there. That's suspicious.
Methinks you doth protest too much.
And we wonder how we got here.
No, exactly.
Fuck.
No, Chuck Jones is as far as I know. I mean, but like, okay, so if you are a member of the Hollywood elite, and you personally have communist opinions, but you never participate in any meetings, you never do anything to do any of that, like, are you a communist, or are you just someone with your own politics?
Right, a dude with opinions.
Yeah. Like, I think it becomes a little, I don't know. It's like if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. It's like, it doesn't matter. He did have one of these censored 11, the famous 11 Warner Brothers cartoons that were all censored. One of them was his, Chuck Jones's, 1944, called Angel Puss. The protagonist is a Lil Sambo type blackface character who exhibited common racial stereotypes in speech intelligence and fear of the supernatural. Even at the time, newspapers objected strongly.
So probably not an intersectional communist if he was one.
If he was one, yikes! Oh my god, dude, this is fucking brutal.
Oh,
yikes! I've seen some of this. I've seen a couple of the censored 11. Definitely brutal. Definitely out of date. This one seems particularly fucking rough, man.
good. No, it's fine. When they did the anniversary collection, they got Whoopi Goldberg out in front to explain all that.
Goldberg.
I tripped over my words. I apologize.
Is that a Star Trek reference?
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Put Whoopi in Star Trek. Go for it.
She was in Star Trek.
Fuck. I am not a Star Trek guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg was, I'm almost positive, like a prominent cast member on Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek The Next Generation. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Guinan? But yeah, in Star Trek The Next Generation, she was a prominent cast member. So yeah.
Good for her.
But also Borg, like the Borg is a Star Trek enemy, so Whoopi Goldberg. That's a Halloween crossover costume.
I don't think we have anything in the meme corner, so we are going into the breakouts. How's stuff on the PlayStation 5 treating you guys?
It's fun.
It's treating me very well.
I played a couple of games on the PlayStation collection, just like I said. Jade and I played Crash Bandicoot the other night, which is very frustrating. Crash Bandicoot is a very frustrating platformer with a really bad camera. I'm sorry,
Crash 4 or the remasters they put out a while ago?
It's the Insane trilogy, so the remasters. Okay. It looks pretty good for, a 20-year-old game that they remastered.
I've heard if you enjoyed those games, you enjoy that collection.
Yeah, Jade really likes it. We're both bad at it, though. Turns out Days Gone, the challenges that are in Days Gone are excellent for when you have 15 minutes that you have to wait for another game to download.
I'm sorry, Days Gone, the zombie motorcycle game?
They're not zombies, Lucas. They're very clear on that fact that they're not zombies. Sorry, I remember that being a joke that they, like, for some reason, like, forced all of the, like, people writing about the game that they could not include the word zombie for a weird reason. They had to refer to them as freakers, which is what they're called in games. So
that sounds offensive.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
That sounds like one of those, the word spastic in UK slang is a slur. Like that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've heard that before. Weird.
Against like people with I want to say like vocal or like physical tics, the autism in general, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In American slang, that's where spaz came from, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. So
it's just offensive in the UK, whereas in America, it's been so generalized that it no longer is considered.
It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it says spastic wasn't always offensive. One of the biggest charities for people with certain disabilities in the UK used to be called the Spastic Society. However, the slang term spaz became a very common insult, and then that was in like the 80s. And then as a result, spastic now has negative connotations in the UK. So, interesting. The more you know.
Yeah. Also played a couple of hours of God of War. That game is really interesting. I do not care for the combat. Like, the gameplay itself, I just really don't care about.
Throwing that axe around doesn't feel really good?
No. It feels really repetitive to me. And maybe once you start getting deeper into the game, it gets more varied.
That's what I'm worried about the Spider-Man game that I haven't played since it crashed.
Like, very... like, maybe it's just a game with a really good story and, like, very pretty visuals and shitty gameplay.
Might not be that good of a story either. I don't know.
Oh.
We'll see.
Anyway.
I'm not far enough into it.
You know what does have a good story, though? Battlefield 1.
Yeah, Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. There's like... So here's the thing, Lucas. When did Battlefield 1 come out?
God, we were in like 2016, 2017?
So, I feel like, like 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah.
a game came out.
Yes.
It was well received upon release. It was highly anticipated. A lot of people played it. A lot of people had fun. New games came out since then. And the general population moved on, with Battlefield 1 being a pleasant memory. Fun fact, about 10 people did not move on with their lives. And played this game religiously every single day, all day long, ever since, and they now run in server 220-17627 US West on the PS5
and they just wipe the fucking floor.
Beat the ever-loving shit out of anyone who dares try to play Battlefield 1 in 2020. We knew them by name by the end of the night. We started playing before the Badger game.
So we played a little over an hour.
Yeah, it was all good. Ran into these guys that were super dominant, beat us up pretty badly. After the Badger game, played some more, ran into the same guys. They were still super dominant. And then after I ate dinner, went back on, ran into the same guys, still super dominant, to the point where like they'd be in the same squad, the 5 of them or whatever, and they would be the top 5 scorers on the other team. Every single one of them going like 49-1, 33-1, 37-5, like just utterly dominating.
Yes.
And then all in the same squad, beating the shit out of anyone that dared cross them. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it in video games.
Do you want to put them on blast? Get those usernames out there. Call them out. Give them the
one that I kept remembering because he was riding the horse.
Yeah.
The horse character in Battlefield 1 has a lot of health.
Yeah, he's
they
like
have
armored.
How was he healing though? Did he have like a
the cavalry dudes have like they have 2. You know how like every class has like 2 like pieces of equipment?
Yeah.
The 2 pieces of equipment for the horse dudes are a health pouch and an ammo pouch, So they never run out of ammo, and they can constantly heal themselves.
Do they have to get off the horse in order to heal?
Mm-mm.
So yeah, he was basically just riding around, and he had accuracy as though his gun was a sniper rifle. There's no scope. Like, it's a single shot gun. I got on the horse expecting there to be a scope. He would be really far away. I would have a gun with sights and everything aiming, and he would hit me and like kill me from far away. I'm not positive he wasn't hacking.
So you guys just be minding your own business, capturing a base, and then a dude on a horse comes out of nowhere, blows your heads off. Yeah, that happens a couple
literally comes
times.
Out of nowhere, doesn't ride up to us, like from far away,
just running around in the desert, sniping
rifle.
You from 200 yards away.
Yeah, as he's riding his horse actively, he doesn't stop on the horse. He's still riding it, sniping your head off. While you try to shoot him, and it doesn't matter. You can do a full clip worth of damage, and it doesn't phase him. He just shoots your head off and keeps riding.
I was able to kill him once because I sat underneath a sand dune with a rocket launcher, and when the horse crested a hill, I fired a rocket into the belly of the horse, blowing it to smithereens and launching him into the sky, killing him.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the only recourse, to fill an animal with an explosive device.
The other members of the squad would get in planes immediately, and then they knew where all the AA guns were along the map, so your main recourse for dealing with the planes would be destroyed within 30 seconds of the match, and they don't respawn, apparently. And then for the rest of the game, you'd try to capture an objective, and the minute you started capturing it, they'd start flying to you and just drop bombs on it and kill you. It was unbelievable, these guys. I was like, wow. I cannot imagine getting to this place in your life where this is like the thing you do. Like, I've been very good at some video games in my life. They were on it was a science. Like, they knew exactly what they had to do every single game to just not even allow us to try to play, really. Like,
just systematically broke you down.
Yeah. And then one game we tried to switch teams, and ironically, it rebalanced the teams and put me and Andrew on their team. So when we switched, we went back onto the losing team. and got our righteous comeuppance. Yeah, we got our righteous comeuppance for trying to be on the good team. God damn it. I do not recommend that. But it was fun before that got really out of hand.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like Andrew was willing to actually play it for an extended period of time, which is difficult to do with Andrew on video games.
Jeez. I was drunk.
Yeah,
that's fair. Andrew usually sets about 1 hour max to play any game.
We did play that game for about an hour, and then did something else, and then played that game for an hour, and then did something else. We did not play it for 3 hours straight. We played it 3 separate times.
The breaks were pretty short. I think it was also more than an hour. I definitely, at least one of those sessions was at least 2.
Okay.
I think after the badger game, it was a
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun too. We had a blast. It's a great game. Lucas, you should download it. We should all play. And then maybe not play in 220, 1627.
We'll find a different server.
Even though it's the West Coast and I connect really well to it, but oh well.
Speaking of doing something else, we're getting closer to kickoff. So Andrew, why don't you tell us about The Mandalorian real quick?
The episode this week was good. The implications are real bad. I said last week the reason The Mandalorian is good is because they take a few of the things that make you go, oh, I like Star Wars. This is Star Wars. And leave behind all the bullshit plot from the Star Wars movies and just be like, this is a Western. Haha, this is fun. And in this episode, they're like, oh, what if we did that? But we brought back all the bullshit plot elements of the main Star Wars series. And they're like, what do you mean? We got fucking metachlorian force blood germs. We got fucking clones and shit. They aren't clear exactly where this is going, but a lot of theories that this is going to lead into and this is how they made the clones of the fucking bad dude in the, Skywalker saga, the new movies, basically. And then they want Baby Yoda because they want his force blood and has a lot of midichlorians.
We need
and
baby
it's like,
Yoda's
please,
magic
please do not
science
do this.
blood.
Yeah.
Also, I realize now that like every trilogy is the Skywalker saga. It's not.
Oh yeah, it's
not
the
actually
sequel,
descriptive.
the sequel trilogy or whatever the fuck it's called.
I also kind of saw there was a non-controversy about like Mandalorian boob armor the other week. Like, did you see any of that?
I think I saw a little bit of that. Yeah. There's two female Mandalorians in the last episode, and their like chest plates, their cuirass is like larger in the chest region.
Chestial region.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's fun.
God, what am I checking out? What am I doing with my life? Oh yeah, still eating up Fantasy High sophomore year. Loving it.
Oh really? How far are you?
I think I have 4 more episodes to go before I'm done.
Oh Jesus.
Oh yeah.
You're way ahead of me. I just finished. So when you say you said 20 episodes, right?
Yes.
Does that count like part 1, part 2, or
Oh no, that like full almost 2-hour episodes.
Jesus.
I just like it in the
So
background
there's-
when I work.
So there's 40 episodes, and I'm through like I think 10.
It's a long campaign, yeah.
Maybe not even.
Woo! Have you gotten to
All right.
Leviathan yet?
They just arrived.
Okay.
I
There
didn't like that episode. I was real bored the entire time.
Oh no. When they're on the boat.
When they're
On
in
the
the boat van.
van
the
boat.
I was very, very bored. Just like sitting there. I realized I was like, how much longer? And I kept realizing that I was scrolling over the video to see how long I was on the play bar, and that's when you know it's fucking rough. And then, so I've been watching The Crown this last week. That's been my big breakout.
Yeah.
It's been fucking fantastic TV. So I've been like alternating between them. Last night, Andrew got off, and I was like, oh, I'll watch some Fantasy High. So I watched that episode, the full hour. And then I went in and watched The Crown, which is also an hour. And like The Crown fucking flew by. Like when I was done, I was just like, holy shit, that was so good. And then it made me realize like, damn, like that really shows how much I did not like that Fantasy High episode.
There's some very fun stuff on the Pirate City that I don't want to spoil, but I definitely think you're going to enjoy it. Very, very quotable stuff. Fabian is going to be back in his element very soon.
I give it at least a couple more.
All right.
But man, that episode, fucking man.
All right. Don't worry about it. There are some developments. One other thing I'm doing, I have Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. 5 hours into that. A little concerned, a little worried. Think the previous one they did might be better just because they were allowed to have more fun with it, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I'll just keep people updated. I think that'll take us to time.is and the clap sync for the wacky post roll.
I don't think we have a wacky post roll, right?
Yeah, the wind down then.
Yeah.
The wind down whatever tangent we might have in us. Yeah. No. Okay. No longer World Men's Day. Not any day by the looks of it. Cool.
Today is no day.
No day.
I am
No
no
holidays.
day.
This is International No Holiday Day.
Hell yeah. Oh, God, we're about to go through the holiday gauntlet, aren't we? Okay, bring them on. Whew.
What holiday is tomorrow? Why would I care about tomorrow? Today is Go for a Ride Day on the U.S.
Go for a ride day.
It is also Love Your Freckles Day. Those are literally the only two, by the way. That feels remarkably shorthanded. What is up with November 22nd? It is, like, no holidays. Christ the King Day in Mexico. Harvest Festival in Turkmenistan. Albanian Alphabet Day in Macedonia. Teachers Day in Costa Rica. Lebanese Independence Day. Sunday of the Dead in Germany. And National Cranberry Relish Day. I think that's in the U.S.
That
I'm going to shoot myself.
What? Why not? What's wrong with National Cranberry Relish?
Cranberry relish sounds disgusting.
I don't know what that is.
I think it's just... I don't know that it is cranberry relish or that it's just relish cranberries, you know? Like, relish also means, like, to appreciate. So, maybe today is the day you're supposed to relish cranberries.
No, cranberry relish is just a name for cranberry sauce. Weird.
No. Fair enough.
Vernacular.
This is a very intentional selection of November 22nd. Like, right around the day when you got to start getting ready for Thanksgiving is when they hit you with the cranberry relish day. And you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I might as well make some cranberry sauce, whatever.
No, yesterday was National Stuffing Day. Day before that was National Gravy Day.
Those don't need reminders.
No.
Cranberries are fucking bad.
Tomorrow's going to be National, like, Green Bean Casserole Day.
Cranberries are the fruit that it had the, you know how, like, there's, like, the Got Milk campaign comes from, like, the U.S. Dairy Board, or, like, the beef, it's what's for dinner, comes from, like, the U.S. Beef Board, which just, like, represents companies that participate in those. There is, like, a cranberry board, like a national cranberry board that represents cranberry companies, and its chairman was talking about how the federal government, like, cutting down how much added sugar can be in cranberry juice was a significant problem to the cranberry industry because, and it was like, quote, cranberries have a naturally tart and unsatisfactory flavor. Like, it was basically like, our product sucks.
Yeah, it's like, this thing that we sell, this thing that's our whole identity, it's bad. We have to add a full day's worth of sugar to a serving of it. Otherwise, no one will buy it.
Yeah. For it to be passable on a food scale, we must add cups of sugar to our product. That might be the sign that, your product is the problem. Not the government regulating it. So, yeah, fuck cranberries, even though they're a big Wisconsin thing.
Guys, we can't let the cranberry industry die. What else are we going to dump into lakes?
Bogs, Lucas.
Yeah, what?
Bogs. Wow. You would never dump cranberries into lakes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, cranberry bogs, it's not like there's a body of water and they just throw cranberries in it and swim around.
Yeah, no, you gotta have waders. Like, you have to be able to wade. That's the whole point. A lake, you drown.
The shallow lake industry will collapse if we get rid of cranberries.
Hi, I'm John Shallow Lake, and I'm here to tell you about our fantastic new product, Shallow Lakes. Do you make cranberries? Do you own rice paddies, maybe? Are those shallow lakes? I don't know. We're still working out our product.
I imagine that there's someone's like, oh, what if instead of making a bog, we just find the nearest fast-moving river and throw all the cranberries in it and watch them get washed away.
Fucking CEO of Wader Boots is in a board meeting. All right, guys, I know fly fishing is going out the window, but at least we still have the cranberry industry. Phone rings.
Yeah. Single gunshot is heard. You just hear him on the other end. Johnson, what is it?
Mother of God.
Is it that bad?
Excuse me, gentlemen.
May God have mercy on our souls. Yeah. Stands up, adjusts his tie, walks off into his office. Single gunshot. Everyone files out of the office room, doesn't call the police, like, knows what has happened. God damn it.
Fucking hell. If you like what you heard, like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on Patreon. Join the likes of Central Richard Nixon, Sucky Badger, and Tiffany Cole. Any donation, much appreciated. A lot of great reward tiers there. Also, be sure to send us your emails, voluntaryviewing@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter @V2_podcast. And check us out on Instagram. Andrew, what's happening with the Voluntary Viewing Instagram?
The Voluntary Viewing Instagram is where you can see awesome clips from our most famous moments in the podcast, both from the main podcast and the Quarantine Cast list. And it is also where Andrew will sometimes forget to make a shorter Instagram version of a video until the last minute and then have to do so after the podcast.
They're pretty fresh on Instagram, those mini vids. Clean, even. Is that fair to say?
They are both so fresh and so clean. That is correct.
Clean. Perhaps.
And in order to understand what Lucas is babbling about, you'll have to check out the Instagram.
Fuck it. Trying to give you the alley-oop, and you're just on the bench. Jeez. Okay. Also follow me on Twitter, at LucasTheWriter. Just cause. I'm worth it. What else are you doing? Alright, I think that is it. Pack Your Game kickoff is in 10 minutes. Go Pack Go. Everybody out there, have a happy, socially distant Thanksgiving. Goodbye.